What it do, what it do, what it do. You are listening to your number one crew. This is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your guy, JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop, aka OTR Oracle. We in the building. It's a duo. Please introduce yourself.
Oh, hold on, man. We can't just let you do that. We gotta, what I'm saying? So what's going on, everybody? This is your man. Oh, damn, I keep forgetting the loop be on.
See, messing up.
It always comes on with the sound drops. You gotta cut it off. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? This is your man Trey, aka OTR Trey, aka Treyway, aka Wednesday Night Trey, and we are here. Like you said, it's a duo. Uh, Episode 155. Rant and Jay Messiah. I ain't gonna call him Messiah till he come back up here, and I still might not do it.
That's a clap for the duo, y'all. Clap for the duo. But yeah, man,
But
he's on
oh no, but hold
vacation.
on. Oh yeah, he's on vacation. Hold on.
He's on vacation. A early, birthday trip. Hey, it's all good. Early vacation trip, but you already know we're gonna keep y'all hey man, we're gonna give y'all the entertainment. We're gonna hold y'all down like we always do. Definitely want to say early happy Juneteenth to all our viewers. As you see, I had to mimic Treyway on this jump. All the black superstars. I did the black champions in WWE history. He got all the black superstars that have paved the way for African Americans to be in professional wrestling. So definitely want to make a shout out. Freedom. We are here. Also, wanting to say a happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers and the viewers who are fathers that watch this and rock with us week after week. As you see, I got my thank you. As you see, I got my dad gang, got another hat. Y'all know how I come through with it. This is the
We need to get sponsored.
hey, I'm trying, man. I'm
We need to
trying.
get sponsored.
I'm trying. It's gonna happen soon. But like Trey said, this is episode 155. Title of this is Who's Gonna Win King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. But you already know, man. We got a laundry list of stuff that we about to go through with y'all. We got the topics. We got our subscriber questions. Trey implemented something, a little fun little thing that we're gonna do. So, man, let's go ahead and jump into it. What you want to talk about first, Trey? You know what? I'm not
I was
even.
just about to.
I'm
I
not
was about to
gonna ask
ask you
you
what
that
you want to
question.
start with.
No, we're gonna start with the bust of the night. Uh, Gunther and Goldberg promo. Gunther and
That was
Goldberg promo.
that was the second topic.
Gunther and Goldberg promo.
No, they didn't get a bomb
Gunther
for that.
and Gunther and Goldberg promo. Maybe I can't give them crickets. Um,
I can.
God,
How about this one? How about this one?
here we go. Got to do it, man. So we all knew that it was coming, man. It's been in social media everywhere. Goldberg injuries, wanting to come back, wanting to retire. Want everybody's getting on this gravy train to doing their last match and their retirement tour and stuff like that. We all know Goldberg cannot go to the point that he could do it. He could even do half of a retirement tour. He is, in Trey's words, a 3 minute match man.
he
uh,
was getting gassed out during his promo.
bro, he for one, like even listening to him, Goldberg was never really a talker, man. Like, so listening to him talk and do a promo is cringing, is cringeworthy. Like, man, I wasn't even excited. He got his pop like he normally does. That's just mean that they're supporters. I saw something, I think it was on TikTok, where they were showing everybody when Goldberg entered, and like when he initiated the challenge of who he was gonna fight, they all had serious faces. Except for this one time. Gunther had a smile on his face. Gunther does not take Goldberg serious. Should anyone take Goldberg serious at this point? Brock Lesnar
Not at
took
this,
him serious.
not at this point.
Rock took him serious. Triple H took him serious. Hell, even The Fiend took him serious. Roman Reigns took him serious. Gunther's not taking him serious. Should anybody take Goldberg serious at this point?
It's funny because
I don't even think The Undertaker took him serious.
Gunther on Instagram said, "I'm next. Guess I can spare 3 minutes." So,
Bro.
But so okay, we knew this was happening because I posted a short on our different social media platforms, and because I was saying, do you think that we'll see Goldberg at Backlash? And we didn't.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
And then we go through this whole thing of Jey Uso. Well, let's go back. Bad Blood is when we first got the interaction between Goldberg and Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Then Gunther's talking to Bret Hart, and he's talking shit, and he brings up Goldberg again.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, we all know what happens. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. He goes on to beat Gunther at WrestleMania. And then, while we were sitting here after Jey loses to Gunther via pass out, we were sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, man. Well, you know, we always thought that Jey was going to have a long title reign, and we saying all this, all that." And then the story comes out that yeah, they made the call to take the title off of Jey so that it could be on Gunther when he fights Goldberg.
Bro, first of all, that match doesn't need a title. It doesn't
Hold
even
on.
need a title in the midst of it.
Hold on. So does that change the way you felt now, knowing that's why they took the belt off of Jey? Does that change how
Absolutely.
you feel?
You know what? Y'all, and for those who might have took it serious last podcast when I did the 4 letters, 1 word, lost. Like I was just trolling. Like I was just trolling. Like, first of all, I don't want to get over Kishi's bad side because I listened to his podcast, and what he said in his podcast was so freaking relevant, right? Like, it had me thinking, like, damn, he right. It's always been there, but just hearing it in a different perspective, and how he was like, my son, like, who's been carrying this junk since WrestleMania, even before WrestleMania, since he separated from the bloodline, Jey has been doing his thing, right? So 52 days, right? 52 or 51? 52?
51.
51. So 51 days as a champion, right? And I've told everybody how I feel about, his run. It was all over the place. They act like they didn't want to do. They didn't know what to do. But get to this point of this match with Gunther and Goldberg, man, like first of all, Goldberg didn't even challenge for the championship on the mic. He dropped the mic and said, "Hey, yeah, you could bring that title with you." You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. So 1, you just messed that up. 2, so your retirement match is for the championship that you're not gonna win, or do they really plan on putting it on him?
That's the thing. And shout out to Truth in the chat. He said that was such a terrible idea, talking about taking it off of Jey. Y'all pray for me in Atlanta next month. So yeah, Truth is apparently he's going to
Saturday Night Main Event
and Evolution, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. All In. All In is going to be in Texas. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, true. I better not look on TV and see you doing some wild shit if Goldberg win this title. Stay your ass in your seat.
Bro. And this is the thing. Like, we all know how WWE is, right? And WWE will actually do some crazy shit on a Saturday night main event and have Goldberg win and have Seth Rollins cash in on
Um,
Goldberg.
um, the reason why I brought up All In is that's exactly why they might do that, because
Yeah,
that is one
they're
of
competing,
that is one of AEW's big four if they have one.
right?
Um, so and you put Saturday Night Main Event against it, and you know how people feel. He said, I will not celebrate Goldberg win that shit." Um, and you already know the way, especially the way. This is why I wish that Jay was here for this. Whenever we talk about Saturday Night Main Event, I need Jay in the building because Jay, of anybody on here on this from this pod, he is the main one that has been shitting on Saturday Night Main Event for the longest. Besides the last one where he gave us some credit,
I mean,
people
yeah,
like
I
people.
think we all said that this one was the best one that they've had out of the three that they brought back, three maybe four.
Yeah,
So,
people that have Jay's mindset are the people that they're trying to get to watch Saturday Night's Main Event. So having Goldberg in Atlanta pulling an old WCW move when he beat Hulk Hogan in Atlanta and was a double champion, I can
hmm,
see it. I can see it.
oh man, oh man, are they really trying to lose? Like,
It's too early to do predictions, but I could see it.
are they really trying to lose viewers? Like, oh man, oh man, oh man. That's all I got to
But
say.
if you did get um a Goldberg win and a Seth cash in, I mean, because then you still have the storylines of Jay and Gunther trying to
All
get it
right,
back from Seth.
so this is my thing, right?
Hmm.
Right. Saturday night main event is after Night of Champions.
No, now Night of Champions is the 28th of this month. Saturday Night Main Event is July 12th.
So it's after.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, it would make sense. So the only way to do it, like you really got to write him off. You have to have Bronson like Braun Breaker hit the meanest spear on Goldberg. Bronson Reed hitting like 10 tsunamis to really retire him. After like for Seth to do the cash in. That's how I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if he wins, you gotta massacre him. You gotta massacre him.
Well, on Monday, Jay Uso, we're gonna talk about him later, because he did end up entering he was the person for the King of the Ring
You
that wasn't
see,
named, but he
see,
said that him and Gunther are going to run it back, and then he said it's 1-1. This is just Jay Uso math. It's 1-1,
so
even though he
just
was 0-3 prior to that.
so just him saying that not saying that it can't happen, but that literally throws out the window of a cash in, right? That throws that out the window because
Mm.
if they want to run it back, Jay will win and will challenge Gunther. He'll win King of the Ring and challenge Gunther. But then it goes to my gripe, like y'all take the belt off of him, throw him right into a mix of a doggone qualifying tournament to get another opportunity to fight for the belt with with the strong possibility of him winning and then getting cashed in on.
Well, and we've seen this a lot, whether on the internet, on different videos or whatever, podcasts. A lot of people have said, and I don't know if you were in this camp because I think I might have been too, that Jay Uso it was better when he was chasing the title as opposed to being the champion.
I said that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a way for him to get it
Okay.
back by
Because
chasing again, and it'll make him a multi-time champion.
he's
If
a
he gets it.
height. He's height, man. Like the hunger. You just see certain people when they're chasing a belt, they have a different kind of hunger. They have a different kind, like they got like the eye of the tiger, just to, you know, quote drop something. But he's one of those ones that's like get the crowd hyped. The crowd gets a pop because he's like that much closer to winning it. And then when he finally wins it, it's an uproar. So you get that kind of feeling when it comes from him challenging it. Same way it was with Cody when Cody was climbing that mountain to win the championship. And then when he finally got it, it was like, damn, it's about time. Glad that he got it. But then when he held it, it was kind of like, damn, I'm ready for him to drop it. Well, I might be speaking for myself, but that was just, oh shit.
All right, so
But yeah,
you had just brought up something that had me. Damn, I don't even remember what you just said. Fuck.
What, just now?
Yeah. You had brought up
Climbing the
him being a
mountain.
height, climbing the mountain.
Yeah. Just saying, like, when he's actually making that run to almost getting there, right? And how the crowd is so amped because he's like one match away. He's overcoming the odds. He's one of those overcoming. He's like Jey Uso trying to get the title. He was an underdog, right? He had that Sami Zayn. He had that Sami Zayn effect. Kind of like Sammy's always going to be the beloved underdog, but Jay kind of was like that Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston. He kind of had that type of run, which made sense on why Kofi, they did that little thing in the background when he lost. Kofi, you probably should have held, even though it was Juneteenth, you probably should have held your comments to yourself, only because you lost in what?
8 seconds.
8 seconds. There we go.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
8 seconds. You lost in 8 seconds. Jay actually did a full match. That was different era, different owner, different, runner of the brand. But just saying. But Jay does give me that Kofi Kingston run effect, like when he was chasing the title. So
okay. Well, I don't even remember what I was going to say, but we can move on. Unless you got something else you want to say about this.
Oh, no.
All right. So let's move on to Cena and Punk.
Yes.
So they've actually cut 2 promos on each other.
Mm-hmm.
They did it last Monday and last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't even really remember what the hell they said Monday, but Friday, CM Punk came. He came to play.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into what CM Punk said, but I will say that I'm starting to find it interesting that they're letting everybody get their shit off on John Cena and not letting him respond.
Right now. Yeah, they really are.
They not letting him respond.
But it's like history because John Cena has always got his shit off on them. Right? Mm-hmm. John Cena has always taken everyone's mouthpiece. So right now is like the time where everybody gets to take John Cena's mouthpiece.
Yo, I let it slide the first time.
I mean mouthpiece. I mean football. Like boom, get your mouthpiece knocked out. That's not no Diddy moment. Like, come on, man. Come on.
I didn't say that either.
But
okay, all right. Now that you're saying that, it does make sense because the heel could have the last word because that's a petty thing. It's trying to always get the last word. That's real petty, and that's something that the heel would do. But it also does make sense that during his Super Cena years, John Cena would always get it. He always would get a mic drop.
He would
on his opponent.
He would.
So let's get into what Punk said. So he I'm paraphrasing, but a lot of the stuff he said was, "Yeah, they can't see me, man. Yeah, I can't see you. I see right through you. I always have."
Bars.
Yeah, because the Monday, that's when he brought the Yankees Red Sox thing. So CM Punk was doing a lot of callbacks to their old promos and the stuff that he was saying. He said it's crazy how he did the same thing Randy did. Talking about how it's crazy how things have reversed. You sound like CM Punk and I sound like you, and all of that. Like then he what else he say? He said, "Yeah, you are a goat," and said, He said he's gonna skin him. Like what the? Like I ain't gonna flex. CM Punk was dropping some bars. And then John Cena, I don't even remember what John Cena said because he went first.
He did, and it is very hard to remember. I think the most relevant one is how CM Punk said how
I'm gonna
their
have to look. I'm gonna
roles
look up the transcript.
how their roles have reversed, how you sound just like me. Um, I was the one who said I was gonna ruin wrestling and run out with the title. And then like even on the video montage, they were showing when CM Punk actually did that against John Cena. So we always talk about long-term storytelling. I think that this one is probably one of the most relevant long-term storytelling sagas to the John Cena retirement tour.
Yeah, and he also brought up because he brings this up against Seth too. He said that John Cena, like in the biggest moments, you've never beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Um, hold on. Yeah, keep going. I'm finding. I'm finding. I'm trying to find the transcript so I can get this all the way. I gotta know exactly what this fool said
Like,
because they're trying to give me the Raw one. I don't want the Raw one. I want the SmackDown one. All right, go ahead.
but so John Cena showed up 2-2. So his he's down to what 17 appearances now?
Yeah.
Because he showed up twice back to back on SmackDown and Raw. So he got 17 left out of 20 out of the last 21 when he said after before the Cody before the tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to think like who would be the last and final one, but yeah, honestly would have to be a replay of him versus Cody.
Okay. Here we go. I finally found this shit.
Hey, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Well, actually, no. I'm just listening to it.
Oh no. We gotta get the transcript, man. We gotta get the words. Gotta get the words.
What TKO did to Jay, they can kiss my ass now. This is Rant and Jay.
Oh, in the chat, in the chat, in the chat.
Oh, sidebar. I'm getting tired of you and Jay just hopping in the chat when y'all not here. I'm getting sick and tired of that.
Hey, I did it first.
Did you? No, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did it
yeah.
first.
It keeps trying to give me the raw transcript. Damn this. Whatever. So he got on. I do remember he got on Cena for calling him a hypocrite. For going to Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
He said just got to the hotel. Oh, well, stick around for the rest of the show.
Well, glad to see you're tuning in, Jay. Glad to see you're tuning in.
But do you think it's too early for them to do Cena versus Punk? Picking Night of Champions, a show that's going to be on at 1 p.m. On a Saturday to do this match, and it's probably going to be their last match ever.
Bro, you remember when I said that his last few appearances or matches definitely should have been like Demons of His Past, Randy Orton, CM Punk. I feel like it should have headed down that rabbit hole. There's still being buzz that circulating saying that John Cena could run up against Uncle Howdy to venture in the Bray Wyatt storyline. That's still to be determined. There's also another person, but he's not going to wrestle him. You remember John Cena threw out that challenge to the Undertaker at that WrestleMania when he was in the crowd, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have some kind of interaction with the Undertaker.
What do you mean by that? Like, how would he do that?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's just going to be promo because John Cena is calling himself the greatest of all time based upon him winning the championships. But in a lot of people's feelings, opinions, and everything, the Undertaker is actually the greatest of all time. Or some people might think that Stone Cold is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I don't believe any of that.
So you don't feel like that the Undertaker is the greatest of all time?
Mm-mm.
No?
No,
Really?
no.
For, are you sure?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
How many title reigns does he have?
Who, the Undertaker?
Because it factors in.
Oh my gosh. It has to be the title.
No, people was
Undertaker
get
is a
people
decade.
people, people was getting on LeBron about this because he used to bring up the ring count. So I'm not trying to be that guy, but it factors in. I think that as much as I don't want it to be, and it's not that I don't like care that much, but John Cena probably is the greatest of all time, and I don't think he necessarily had to
Yeah.
have won
The,
number 17 for that to be true.
I mean, the Undertaker has won a total of 17 titles, but he's only won the world title 7 times.
Okay, he trolling now. He said John Cena and Cody
Whoa.
Rhodes.
Whoa.
He's
Whoa.
trolling now.
Whoa. but but yeah, that's just me. But is it too early?
Yeah,
Uh
is it too early for them to be having this feud, or do you think they should have pushed it, or do you think they're only doing it because of Cody, uh, the Cody part of the story?
think it's the Cody part of the story that they had to amplify some things. Because what the vision that I'm seeing is Cody eventually winning the title back. Um, but when you're looking at his when you're looking at his dates of how many more appearances he's going to make, it kind of equals out. It kind of balances out. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is like, all right, this is right here in the middle. What we got. Our next big one after he faces Punk is SummerSlam. Then we got Survivor Series, and then we got a, his last show was Saturday Night Main Event. So we already know what that's going to be. We already have a date for when his last appearance is, which it kind of sucks that it's a Saturday Night Main Event, but I guess it's okay because it's free TV that we get to see John Cena's last appearance. But I don't know.
Okay, so looking at here's a breakdown of some of his confirmed dates. So we had SmackDown this past Friday. Um, that was the 13th. Then on 20th, we have another one on. He's going to be on SmackDown because he is wrestling R-Truth in a
Mm-hmm.
match or Ron
Mm-hmm.
Killings.
Ron
Apparently,
Killings.
they said they're still going to refer to him as R-Truth on TV.
Right.
Then we have SmackDown, Saudi Arabia.
Mm.
Then we have Night of Champions, which is Saudi Arabia. So it's the 27th
Mm-hmm.
and 28th.
All right. So
So
now
these
we're
are all
down to like,
these are all SmackDown dates because then August 8th, August 12th, and August 29th are all SmackDown, and then the 31st is Clash in Paris, August 31st.
and then we probably
That's just
won't.
that's just the upcoming dates.
So that brings him down to like 8 or 9 left. 8 or 9 appearances left after that. So then we don't see him for a while.
Okay, so August.
He's gonna be at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so we'll see him, and that's at the beginning of August. But
Yeah.
then we're also going to, but then he's also going to be at the end of August because he's going to be at Clash in Paris. He's confirmed for that.
Okay. So yeah. So then we got probably about 7.
So then September, October, maybe we may get one to set up his feud for SummerSlam. I mean for Survivor Series.
Oh, I'm about to see.
Because I think his last date is isn't his
He's
last date like a Saturday Night Main Event? It's his
so we
last
got
date.
So we got Clash of Paris August 31st. Crown Jewel is October 11th. So
Okay,
we
he'll be there.
don't have any PLEs between August 31st and October 11th.
He might show up at the beginning. He might show up in the middle of September to set up a feud or something.
He's definitely going to be at Crown Jewel. And that's what we have so far. The rest in between that is like uh NXT events. They haven't got a date for Survivor Series. Oh, Survivor Series, San Diego, November 29th.
Mm.
And then Saturday night main event is supposed to be in December.
That should be his last one then.
Yep.
So then, and we can get into this later about when he's going to actually drop it. Because I feel like if the plan is for him to finish this off as a babyface, he has to drop it within the next 3 months. So,
Yeah. For the most part.
if the plan is for him to finish it off as a babyface, unless
Okay.
he's going to turn babyface when he loses in December.
Okay. Hold on. What's the likelihood of John Cena actually walking away and taking the title with him?
I think it's very high.
And them making a new title.
I ain't even gonna flex. I think it's very high.
Yeah, making a new title. Like
this
honestly,
goes. I actually have a subscriber question regarding this, but go ahead.
Ask the question.
This comes from our subscriber Tion. He says, "Are all of John Cena's matches no longer relevant, as we know he won't lose, or come close to losing until the end, or not at all?"
Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. So,
because we said the same thing with Cody when he was fighting people like AJ and Kevin Owens. It was like we knew he wasn't going to lose the title, not right then.
Yeah. So, does it make all his matches irrelevant?
Yep.
To knowledge buffs, yes. To people who do what we do, yes. For people who just like to see him and see the drama in the midst of it, no, it doesn't ruin it. It doesn't make it irrelevant, because when you throw in the likes of CM Punk and you throw in the likes of, even though that match is already come and gone, like Randy Orton, you could possibly throw back in Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, like all people from his past. It kind of gives you that like 25% chance that, hey, he might lose it to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about people like R-Truth, you know he's not dropping it to R-Truth.
I don't even know if it's a title match. I don't even know if
it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight him. But then, like, you can even throw the Miz in there, right? Like, if you threw the Miz in there, like the Miz, I've always said the Miz, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Adam Copeland, aka Edge, have always been John Cena's greatest foes. Even with Triple H. Triple H was one of them too. But those have always been John Cena's greatest foes. Batista was for a little bit too. But
excuse me,
those are the ones that you in a match, you kind of be like, yeah, John Cena could actually lose in this one. You know, they might shake some stuff up. But when you talk about retirement tour, man, it's kind of like, yeah, you really think about it, he ain't about to drop this. You might throw out maybe two people that he could possibly drop the title to. And right now, that's CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, to me.
All right. I have a new question to shake this up. So he's been winning all of his matches dirty ever since he got the title. Won the title dirty. Do you think that if he does end up taking the title home with him, he actually wins that match clean? Okay.
Now,
I just thought about that because if he beats Punk, he's probably going to do it dirty.
Yeah, I've said it. All right, You gotta hear me. Oh, I can't really say. Is our next topic going into King of the Ring?
Yep.
All right, so I'm about to say this that's going to lead us into King of the Ring. So I see one. You mentioned John Cena turning face before he retires, right? There's only
Yeah.
one way that John Cena turns face, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has to incorporate the person who started this John Cena heel run. It has to do with The Rock, and it also has to do with someone else turning heel, which will have to be Cody Rhodes.
Double turn.
Yes, it has to be because it has to be The Rock ordering John Cena to do the dirtiest dirt. John Cena listens to the crowd finally. People from his past are like coming out telling him don't do it. You might get R-Truth, you might get Randy Orton, you might get people who like been real close, even seeing Punk like, oh, don't do this, don't do it. Or they've heard something as he's walking from the back. They're like, look, man, I've known you for a long time. We've had our ups and downs. Whatever he's telling you to do, don't do it. Right. So during that
Oh, you know
whole
what would be dope? You know what would be dope? If Triple H is the one that told him that.
In the back,
you can figure
right?
out a way for him in the back, like on his way out, and he's walking by Gorilla, and Triple H says, "Hey, man," like, and he whatever he says to him,
yeah.
but he says something that's in his ear.
we've never seen eye to eye, right? We've had our ups, we had our downs, we've had our battles. You know, one thing I know about you, you live by this hustle, loyalty, respect. You always have since the moment I met you. Whatever Dwayne has orchestrated and whatever he's telling you to do not go out there and do it. You're gonna regret it, right? So throughout the whole match against Cody, he's thinking, he's like, he keeps avoiding doing the dirtiest of the dirt, whatever The Rock is telling him to do, right? Then The Rock finally comes out there, starts mushing him, or, you know, just starts throwing his power.
She even get Travis out there.
Yeah. And finally, John Cena does what everybody's hoping for. He AAs The Rock, right?
Yeah.
He even AAs Travis. But then Cody does exactly what The Rock told John Cena to do.
Yep.
And we get heel Cody, who wins the title. That's the only way that we get face John Cena.
If you're noticing, they're bringing up the final boss in their promos now again.
They are. But this now goes into King of the Ring. And I just want to point to y'all some little bit of things that y'all might be missing. So, Trey, if you will go ahead and give us the King of the Ring bracket
final
winners.
Four?
Yeah, final four.
Okay. So
well, we might got three. I think is one more, or do we actually have the final
four? All four have been made for the men.
All right,
the women, I think we still gotta wait for the women. But for the men, it is Cody, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Randy.
All right.
Yeah.
So Randy and Sammy are facing each other, which can definitely be good. It's going to be a good match. If you notice, WWE really throws stuff in your face for you.
Oh wait, the women's has been picked as well, but we'll start.
Okay, we'll get to with the women's. WWE throws stuff blatantly in your face to make you really think and pay attention to it, right? They could have did Jey Uso versus Sammy. They could have did
Cody versus Randy,
right? Telling you, for one, they're saving Cody versus Randy for another time. It's not going to be for this. But
you don't think it's going to be to be King of the Ring?
I don't know, man. I don't
know. Let's dissect it really quickly.
Okay.
So, on Friday, Cody was walking to the ring. Also, I put this in the group chat. You notice Cody's not wearing suits anymore. He's wearing tracksuits. I don't know. Like I said about the Dom and Penta wearing the same gear, could be something, could be nothing. It's an observation that I've made.
Cody lives by this thing. Champions wear suits.
Ah, that makes sense. I like that. Even though he was still wearing suits when after he lost to Roman the first time.
Yeah, he was.
But CM Punk and Cody Rhodes had a interaction in the back, and then Cody was like, "We can't keep running from each other."
Mm-hmm.
And then Punk pretty was like, "Let the best man win," and I won't be running away from you. I'll be running to you. That type of stuff. Before Cody went out to the ring for his Fatal 4-Way match.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like we said, we have Sami Zayn finally snapping on Karrion Kross, pretty much calling him a loser,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's not going to listen to him anymore and to stay
Mm-hmm.
away from him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really remember what Randy was doing, but then we had the Jey Uso thing where he was like, him and Gunther going to run it back.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the end of the night, when Seth comes out pissed off, look, I was like, I don't even know why Seth is coming out there, because it's like he don't have a championship, you can't cash in.
Mm-hmm.
It was also hilarious to me that when Bronson Reed came out for his match, that Paul Heyman came out holding the briefcase. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the Seth and crew, because they still don't have a name yet, Seth and crew are jumping Jey Uso, and right when Seth is setting up for the curb stomp, Cody runs out.
But you got to remember, Sammy came out first.
Sammy did come out first.
Yep. And
Yeah,
got
but I'm
thrown
talking
over
about at the end, because LA Knight
Yeah.
came out too.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about just specifically for the Jey Uso Cody part. Jay is about to get curb stomped, and Cody runs out, and then they chase off the bad guys, and then Cody and Jay have a face off and a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
So based off of all that context, what are we thinking?
Well, first, Jay won the match. So now it's an understanding that Jay is versus Cody, right?
Right.
Who's the bad guy in this match?
There isn't one.
Is there?
There isn't one.
Who's more desperate to win?
I mean, that's hard to say because they're both going after different championships.
One of them is always more desperate than the other, right? Most people would think that it is Jey Uso because he recently lost, but actually the most desperate person is Cody, right? And it's because of the way Cody lost his championship and Cody disappeared. Jay lost his championship and was right back the next week. We know that he was in the match, but he was right back the next week. So when you think about the dynamic, it's like, okay, so Jey Uso versus Cody. In the way Cody was looking at Jay, he's looking at him like Jay's prey. Jay's injured, his stomach is wrapped. I know I gotta face him next week. Cody paused and then he asked him, like, you could read his lips. He was like, are you good? Like, are you gonna be good to go? That part right there, if they play it right, and what we're saying, this could be the beginning of Cody's heel turn, especially if Cody loses.
It's a callback to Kevin Owens and Cody, with
Exactly.
Cody knowing that Kevin Owens was hurt, and then he desperately said, "I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt." Oh no, it was KO saying to Cody, "I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt."
With his knee.
Yeah, with his knee, and him trying his hardest not to take advantage of it and turn back into the old KO.
Right.
And then this time it will kind of be reversed, where we can clearly see that Jay is hurt.
Right.
Because they're having this match. This match is happening on Raw.
Yeah. So we got possible within this tournament, we got two possible heel turns. One might be distant and one might be sooner.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. If this does come full circle to where Cody ends up being The Rock's new guy, do you think that we see Cody, I mean, we see Cena or Logan get involved in this match?
The King of the Ring match?
Yeah.
Depends on it.
Like Cena screwing Cody so that he can't fight him.
Possibly.
And Logan, because Logan still feels he has claim to the title, I believe.
Yeah.
So him getting involved with Jay, and then since him and Cena are on the same, pretty much on the same wavelength, I can see it. And I can see Logan getting manipulated by Cena to do his dirty work.
Man, you know, WWE, man, it could be some crap to it. This junk could turn into a triple threat match for the King of the Ring. We never know. It could turn into a fatal four-way. It could be people getting in the midst of both matches. You could have Seth and his boys getting in the midst of Randy and Sammy's match, and you could have Cena and Logan getting in the midst of Cody and Jay Uso's match. Like,
so
we just never know.
So with this being said, you have, like you said, you have two possibilities of matches that people want to see.
Yeah.
Which means we would either Jay versus Sammy or Cody versus Randy. Now, I honestly don't believe that they're going to have two people from the same brand fight each other for the King of the Ring championship. It has to be one from the other. Which means that I believe that we're going to get Sammy versus Cody.
Okay. Didn't we get that before?
Sammy and Cody?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think we've gotten Sammy and Cody since Cody's been back.
No, not since he's been back, but before Cody lost, we got Sammy versus Cody, right?
Possibly.
Yeah. I don't think it was for the title. I don't think it was for the title, but I think we got it before. Okay. I mean, that's valuable pick. I just feel like
I think that will draw more numbers than Randy versus Jay.
Yeah, it would, because then it would just look like bloodline stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they really wanted to, because if they did it to two people on respective brands, then I mean the way that they did it is kind of weird too, because you got SmackDown versus Raw and SmackDown versus Raw.
Right.
For the semis. If they really wanted to be SmackDown versus Raw, they would have had in the semifinals Jay versus Sammy and Cody versus Randy, but they don't want to do that. They want it to be they want it to be on a bigger stage on a PLE.
That's like when you that's like if you had got that's like if you had got the Lakers and the Warriors in the Eastern Conference Finals instead of them in the second round instead of the Western Conference Finals. Right. That's kind of like what that is. Like you don't want to give Randy and Cody. You don't want to put them on too early. Like this is like
there's too much dip on the chip.
Yeah. They need to have a singular feud outside of this tournament, if that makes sense.
So
and same thing with Jay and Sammy. I don't think either one of these need to be done in the King of the Ring.
And then I just thought about something. Damn it. It kind of just flows everywhere, and it makes my synopsis so irrelevant now. Seth, even though Seth can jump between both shows because he has Money in the Bank, we never seen Seth really confront John Cena. He's never talked about John Cena. He's never talked about John Cena's title, and Seth is on Raw. So it would make sense if King of the Ring was somebody from SmackDown, which would either be Randy or Cody, right?
The only way, because Seth did come out to confront Punk and Cena on that Monday.
Yeah, he did.
And because CM Punk is involved, anything that Seth can do to ruin CM Punk, he would do. Because if Cena, let's say Punk did win, if Punk did win the championship, Seth would cash in on him that night.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He wouldn't wait.
No.
But I can even see him in his squad costing Punk. Not even giving him a chance to win the title.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking, I'm like, there's no other matches coming up that you could fight really like tournament type style to even get a qualifying match to be number one contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Because it's just me. My pick is Sammy versus Jay in the finals.
You think it's gonna be Raw versus Raw?
Yeah.
I feel like if they were going to do that, then they should have just done what you. Well,
right.
no, because
No.
then it would be SmackDown versus Raw if they did that. So never mind.
Then this is the reason why I'm saying that, because it further goes Karrion Kross's storyline with Sammy, especially if Sammy loses, right? Even though last week I said I got Sammy winning King of the Ring, what if Sammy loses because of who's in King of the Ring now, right? Now that's a escalated heel turn.
True, but he does have a relationship with Cody though,
and he has a stronger relationship with Jay.
That is true.
Now, if Sammy goes to the finals, boom, Karrion Kross, his next promo with Sammy. So you made it to the finals, you did it your way, but are you going to do it your way against your friend, your your brother?
Your brother.
Boy, come on, we could write this. Like that's the drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the drama, and so now the question is will Sammy pull the trigger? Don't know, but the long-term heel turn is Cody losing to Jay, who's his friend, former tag team partner.
Also a brother.
And also a brother.
Jay Uso got a lot of brothers.
So you put Jay Uso in the mix, you got a lot of people that can turn heel, except for Randy. Randy just turn heel whenever he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know, man. I feel what you're saying, and I do like that because I feel that Cody can find a way to get back to the championship, but we all know that the road, no pun intended, the road leads to Cody getting another chance at that title. And like you said, if he doesn't win this tournament, how else is he going to get it? He's going out there and challenging him, just calling him out.
Now let's think about the likelihood. The likelihood is your scenario: Cody beating Jay, Cody beating Sammy. We all think that Sammy's going to beat Randy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I'm kind of like 60-40 on that. I'm not going to put all my, because they might just pull it out their ass to where they got Cody versus Randy. I don't know. Like, I still think it's too early, but
it will be, well, yeah, because if your plan is to eventually turn Cody heel, I don't think him versus Cody would be a perfect opportunity for Randy to turn heel. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to turn Cody heel, I don't think you turn Randy.
Mm-mm.
If that's the eventual plan.
Although their last encounter before Cody left, Cody was a heel, Randy was a face.
Oh, you're talking about back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But either way, Sammy losing to Cody or Jay, it has a stronger likelihood of him turning heel.
Which is why I think that Jay is going to beat Randy.
You mean Sammy's going to beat Randy?
I mean, Sammy's going to beat Randy. And then that also play into it. Karrion Kross could walk up to Sammy. He's like, oh, you beat the Legend Killer. You beat the Viper. You beat Randy Orton. And you did it because you were good enough. Isn't that what you told me last week? Like, he could keep playing those mind games with him. Yeah. All right. Now, for the women's, we have, and I have a subscriber question that goes with this also. For the women, we have Roxanne Perez, we have Alexa Bliss, we have Jade Cargill, and we have Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
And our subscriber question comes from Tion once again. He had a lot of them today. His question was, did WWE make a mistake in allowing Stephanie Vaquer not winning against Asuka? And he emphatically says he does think they made a mistake. So he wants to know our thoughts.
Did WWE pretty much drop the ball by not letting Stephanie Vaquer beat Asuka? No. Um, it's been almost a year since we seen Oscar,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you think about Oscar, you think about NXT undisputed, constantly winning, not on the level of like Charlotte Flair to where it's annoying, but you just think of like the pedigree of the women's division when it was at its lowest of the low, right? Um, Stephanie Van Curry has definitely has a promising future. We both said this last week. We both said that we could see her in different avenues. Um, I don't think this is a shot to her. I mean, because if you were gonna really boost her up, you would have had her win Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So her not advancing in the King of the Ring tournament, I don't think is detrimental. What I think it does with Oscar is it kind of does a shakeup, right? And it kind of even though Stephanie will be the same way where it throws her into people who've never faced her, but it also throws into someone who has more of resilient pedigree in WWE. Uh, Also gives kind of a different style, even though her style is likable and is a fan favorite. But Oscar, man, uh, I think it's something that a lot of people have been missing in the women's division. She's one of the people that they've been missing in the women's division. So I don't think they dropped the ball on it. I just think that they have a different focal point on Stephanie Banker. Um, yeah, I can't really say. What you think about it?
I don't think they made a mistake. Like you said, I think they've been pushing Stephanie crazy ever since she came up to the main roster.
Right.
She literally had 3 matches in a 24-hour span,
Mm-hmm.
and then she had her highlights in Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is you don't want to shoot people to the top too quick
There you go.
because you don't want people to get tired of them very quickly. You want that slow burn. You want that slow burn. You want to keep building it up, building it up. She's already got one of the best intros on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like you said, everybody loves her moveset.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you always think that she has a chance of winning. They've been building. They're doing way more with her than they have been with Julia on SmackDown.
Very much so.
Even though they were both billed as on the same level when they first got to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But I read something that said they eventually that within the coming weeks they're going to start giving Julia more shine. As we mentioned, I think that Julia is going to take that title off of Zelina.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Um,
was that was the actual. You know, they made that appearance. It kind of seemed like that Julie was kind of all over the place when she was in Money in the Bank. She took out Zelina. Like it was like, oh shit, what's she doing? She trying to go after it all. You know,
teaming up with Roxanne when she first got to the main roster.
right. So same thing. Like you don't want to just throw NXT people all the way up to the top just because they're a fan favorite. You know,
You want to
WWE.
just keep them involved in storylines, keep them in
Yeah,
big matches, but they don't have. And then she hasn't lost a one-on-one match yet. She keeps losing multi-person matches.
right. And then so you got to really think too, because they did it with the men's when, yeah, they had Penta going on this run to where when he first debuted and he was winning everything.
He was like 5-0, 5,
Right.
6-0.
And then you had Ray Phoenix who went first two appearances went 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like he lost. So it's like you got to throw that curveball. You can't make everything mimic the same kind of repetition. You know, like
Yeah.
if they would have just had her winning constantly, it gets old. Like damn, like y'all trying to make her the newest undefeated thing, and then that's when you really start comparing her to other people. Then she gets this talk about, oh, she's just like Oscar. Oh, they're trying to make her undefeated. Oh, she's like Ronda who can't lose and stuff like that. So
Think about it like this. Think about how long it took Jade to lose her first one-on-one match.
mm-hmm.
Think about how long it took.
Yep.
So,
Took
and
took a
then that's
while.
perfect. Speaking of Jade, So okay, I honestly thought that Jade wasn't going to win because just like Liv, and we'll talk about her later. Just like Liv went off to shoot a movie. Apparently, Jade is about to be shooting a movie now too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, she might not win this, but she did end up winning.
Yeah.
Because the only other person that she could have won that I could have seen winning that is Nia Jackson, her trying to repeat as Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
But so we have Jade versus Roxanne and Alexa Bliss versus Asuka.
That Alexa
Now,
Bliss versus Asuka is actually good.
mm-hmm.
I probably would have more likely saw Roxanne versus Asuka. Um, there is a
I think
strong.
we're getting Roxanne versus Bliss. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there.
Okay, that I like that. There's because I would say there's a strong chance that Jade's gonna lose.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be because of Naomi.
probably.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah, strong chance that Jade's losing.
I was like, it's either that or somehow some weird Judgment Day shit happens and Roxanne wins that way.
True.
And then Bliss. So at first I thought that Alexa Bliss might not win because Charlotte might get involved. Especially the way that they've been acting toward each other, especially with Alexa Bliss hitting the sister Abigail and getting the pin while Charlotte was trying to hit the submission.
Yeah, when Charlotte had the figure 8 locked in, and they've never like really went at it. It's more like I don't know if it's like a respect type thing or because Alexa is looking at her like I got your number again. I got your number. But then it goes back to what conversation did they had those couple weeks ago? You know what I'm saying? Because you remember when Alexa pulled Charlotte aside and said, "We need to talk."
And she was like, "For what?"
Yeah. So I don't know what's up between them because Charlotte just looked at her and walked past her. So
she said we were never that close. And then Alexa Bliss was like, "Well, when I was in NXT, you were one of the only few people that would actually talk to me." and Charlotte said, "I don't even remember that."
So,
but with this Liv injury, I could definitely see Roxanne winning Queen of the Ring, just to add more shit into that pot. But then also, I could see Alexa Bliss winning Queen of the Ring and then walking up to Charlotte saying, "You call yourself the queen, but I really am the queen," type shit.
Yeah.
So it can go either way, honestly. And I think what you really have to do is the Judgment Day has enough stuff to where they really don't need to add that in. But I feel like SmackDown needs a few more interesting storylines besides just Naomi and Jade. And if Jade is going to go away to shoot a movie, then Naomi that kind of puts a halt to it. Unless they're going to have Naomi running up on her at the damn movie set.
So Alexa Bliss.
So I could see Alexa Bliss winning Queen of the Ring just to have that interaction with her and Charlotte.
So does it just stop at that interaction with Charlotte, or does her winning Queen of the Ring implement something within the Wyatt Six?
Possibly, because if Alexa Bliss is looking at Charlotte as some type of family member, maybe like you and me, we're two of the vets on this brand. We've been here. We came in around the same time, type of stuff. Like all that. However she wants to play it up, that'll let them decide that. I could see possibly that, like maybe Nikki Cross getting involved, like just walking up to Alexa Bliss, trying to looking at her crazy, like, why do you keep trying to? We haven't heard her talk. I don't know if she's going to ever talk at Sister Abigail, but her just, but like because Alexa Bliss got that connection with the Fiend, she probably could just look at Nikki and just like hear what she's thinking, type of stuff. And pretty much Nikki is saying to her, why do you keep trying to buddy up to this girl, and she doesn't like you, and stuff like that. Like I can see that.
Now I was thinking on more so she wins Queen of the Ring, she has the crown, and she turns it into a dark crown, and this is the dark crown that she needed to get control of the Wyatt Six.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
You know,
yeah. So honestly, I think it's more interesting storylines on
mm-hmm.
SmackDown if Alexa Bliss wins as opposed to Roxanne winning. Because I can guarantee you, and I don't guarantee a lot of things in wrestling, but I'll guarantee you, Jay's not winning the Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Asuka just came back, even though all three members of Damage Control are together and the Kabuki Warriors, internally they have disbanded Damage Control. They just didn't make a big deal about it.
Right.
All right, so that is that. What else do we have up here? Oh, quick hits. Let's talk about this Liv Morgan injury.
Yeah, man.
I'm seeing different reports. I'm seeing reports saying 3 months. Now I just had something sent to me saying it's 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
She's posting these very provocative pics on IG with Dom, right? Like the day after she was injured. So I was like, well, if she was really that hurt, would she really be posting things like this? I don't know.
Yeah, I've even seen something that said it could be up to 12 weeks, depending on the severity of her injury.
Wouldn't that be 6 months?
Is that 6 months?
Close to it.
12 weeks. 3 months. 3 months.
3 months. Okay, 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But then my whole thing is this. Whether she has to be gone for 3 months, 6 months, whatever, I just don't want them to do a rinse and repeat with the Judgment Day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to, because Dom had a shoulder injury and he was still on TV. He was traveling to Saudi Arabia to help Liv win the title. I want Liv to still be on TV. I don't want her to go away like Rhea did.
True. I'm looking for something that I had seen earlier. Oh, okay. So my frequent watch TikToker, pause, Mr. D.
You quote this guy a lot.
Hold on. I gotta go to it. It's two things, but
you guys. So tomorrow.
Nope, that's not it. Keep going if you got something else.
No, I was just saying I'm seeing a lot of people online saying that this was going to happen. They saying that Liv is getting her karma back because now Roxanne is going to do to her everything that Liv did to Rhea, but at the end, she's going to end up rejecting Dom. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it has something. Well, I know one of it has something to do with the World Heavyweight Championship on WWE and the new, I don't know what it's called. Maybe you called it on AEW, the one that they're merging between Kenny Omega,
the Continental and the International.
Yeah, that
one. And they're just calling it the Unified Championship.
Yeah, how he said that these are super mid card divisions and they're consolation prizes. How do you feel about that? They're not really the grand prize of whether it's the respective brand or the show. Like it's more like a increase to, it's like a dummy down. So pretty much a super mid card title instead of the actual world title.
Well, it wasn't going to be. Well, in
AEW, it's not. But they was like
they already have a world title.
It's like the people that they have holding it are world title contenders, but how they're using the title is that of a mid card.
Well, it is a mid card championship
for AEW, but for the World Heavyweight Championship, he was saying like these are pretty much similar.
Oh, okay. I got so confused because I don't know. You threw me all the way off. Because I was still on the Judgment Day stuff. You threw me all the way off. Okay, run that by me again. So the International and the Continental Championship, he's comparing to the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yes. saying that
No,
these
that
saying
doesn't
that
make any sense.
what he's saying that these are like the consolation prizes of each respective brands, and there are more. He feels that they're looked at more as super mid cards, um, because of who holds them compared to what they're supposed to mean. I guess. See, me and I
I
agree
completely
with you
disagree.
because
I
I
disagree.
agree
This
with
is,
you
this is
because
making my head hurt.
the AEW one, right? So the AEW
Mhm.
one, that is kind of like a mid card, even though the TNT title is supposed to be the mid card. That is like it's like the Intercontinental Championship. The TNT title is like the US Championship for them.
Yeah.
But so
No shade to Adam Cole,
right,
baby.
right. So for WWE, let's just keep it on that. He said that the World Heavyweight Championship is more so a super mid card and a consolation prize as opposed to what the World Heavyweight Championship should mean
I
to
swear, you
to
bringing up
WWE.
we bringing up topics where Jay should have been here because I feel like that's a Jay take. That is a Jay take all the way. I disagree wholeheartedly, emphatically, completely that it is a mid card title, or mid card title ish.
Okay,
We have a mid card title.
true.
Dom is the IC, and Jacob Fatu is the US, and there's no discriminating or confusing that those are the top mid card titles.
Okay,
WWE has two brands that they represent as main roster, and the World Heavyweight Championship is the main title of that respected brand.
true.
I and just like you said, look at the names that are going after it. Like they're trying to when you're building the lineage of a new belt, you have to get your heavy hitters in there.
I agree.
So I don't know what the hell this dude talking about. I disagree. That just made me mad.
All right. Another quick hit. Do you want to talk about Mercedes?
Nah.
No.
Unless
You
you want
don't
to talk
want.
about her and Tony. Her and Tony. I don't care about anything else.
You don't care about that. She's now dating the Beast Montoris, Mortis,
Mortis, no,
Mortos.
no,
Okay.
Mortos, no, I don't care.
Okay. Um, let's see. So, thoughts behind the fact that Roman Reigns could possibly show up. When did they say to stop Seth's cash in? Um, it
I
wasn't
believe it.
like it was either Crown Jewel or Night of Champions. It was one of them.
I believe it. Um, Now the rumors of him coming with a new shield.
They haven't they
I don't
haven't
know.
confirmed whether it'd be like a new shield, but they said that he's not coming alone.
Well, I think he will be the one to stop Seth's cash in because I could see either Sammy or Punk getting involved, trying to stop it, them getting taken out, and then it's just
Mm-hmm.
Seth and whoever
Mm-hmm.
is. I think one or two things are going to happen. We're either going to get Roman successfully stopping Seth's cash in, or
Mm-hmm.
we get the reveal of the fourth member of Seth's group to stop Roman from stopping the cash in.
Got you.
I do have a quick hit. I do have another quick hit though, real before we do the fun segment that I had.
Okay.
You see, Hikuleo made his debut
Yeah,
on a dark
and
match, and
yeah,
he kept his name,
in the main event match, he did
and he
keep
and
his
he,
name.
and he's still Hikuleo.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are so. I'm assuming that he's going to be joining Solo and his brothers
That's what it's looking like.
especially since Jacob has defected.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, another quick hit.
mhm.
Well, last night on NXT, Blake Monroe,
Yeah,
formerly known as Mariah May, made her debut on NXT.
she was doing the contract signing and she got jumped by Fatal Influence.
Yep.
So actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually had another subscriber question. So this is the Tion question segment. because he sent me all of these today. Because he's a big NXT guy, and he's the number one Jada Parker fan that I know, besides me. All right, so his question is NXT Evolution. Jada Parker, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, and Jordan Grace fight in a fatal four-way. Who will win, and who do you want to win?
Name them again.
Jada Parker, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, and Jordan Grace. Who will win, and who do you want to win? Could be two different answers. I'll go first.
I want Jada Parker to win.
I want Lash to win.
That's what I feel like is going to win.
So you think Lash is going to win, but you want Jada to win?
Yes.
All right. The reason I'm picking Lash for both. I love Jada Parker, but I think that Jada, number one, has had multiple chances for the title already. They just broke up Lash's group in order to focus on her being a solo competitor and put her in situations like this. So, you listen to Nightcap?
No.
So yeah, they broke up her group, released her tag partner, and so that she could go on this solo run. So I think, and then she already showed what she could do in the Rumble.
Yep.
So I think that they are trying to strap a rocket to Lash's back. And even if she doesn't win the championship, I would at least like to see her get there. Jordan Grace has already fought for the championship. I don't see Izzy winning the fatal four-way. So yeah, I got Lash, who I think is going to win and who I want to win for those reasons.
Got you.
You want to explain your Jada pick, or
you know the scenario that people sometimes get so many opportunities, then they finally win it. That's my Jada pick. That's my want. It's like she's had all these opportunities, they never really cashed in on it. This will probably be that one opportunity that they finally like, boom, here, and she actually wins it. Maybe they just see her as a mouthpiece, as a just reluctant mat goer. But yep, making up words. A reluctant mat goer, because I mean they know she can get down in the ring, but they don't know if it's questions whether they see her as championship material.
Well, she has the aura to be champion. If you put the title on JC Jane, no disrespect, you can put it on Jada Parker.
Right. And sometimes you put certain titles on certain people to put the title on someone else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm honestly, but the thing is, because I think I'm actually pretty confident that they might go quick, just like they did with Ricky Saints and Julia and Stephanie, and they may put it on Blake Monroe. She might get that title early.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do. Oh, speaking of Jada Parker, tell me if you think this is heelish or if this makes her a heel. Did you see how she won last night? Tapping, but being smart enough to tap on the side that the referee wasn't seeing, knowing that Thea would be like, "Oh, she's tapping, I won," and then beating her that way, rolling her up. I think did she roll her up? Yeah.
No, she hit her with her hip attack.
Oh, hypnotic.
Yeah, hypnotic. Yeah, she hit her with hypnotic and pinned her. Definitely a heel tactic. It's a tactic. Don't know if it's heelish.
It's like live cheat steel type of stuff.
Yeah, it's borderline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the fun segment that I had. So I saw this on, I don't know if it was on X or if it was on Instagram.
More than likely,
but
it was on X.
It was.
No, it'd be on Instagram a lot too.
Oh yeah, another one. Charlotte Flair says she hated the main event with her and Becky and Ronda, and then and she says Chicago is the worst wrestling city.
Ooh, shots fired.
And then Bayley says she's never been close with any of the horse women except Mercedes. So I think we already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. All right, so remove one legend from WWE forever. So we have 4 choices:
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hardy,
Mm-hmm.
Batista,
Mm-hmm.
Edge,
Mm-hmm.
or Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you right now who I am not. It's not even a thought for me to take off.
Oh man, it's not.
And
It's not.
that's Randy Orton. That's my
Yeah,
favorite wrestler in the modern generation.
yeah, absolutely. Um, I can automatically tell you who I'm taking off.
And let's not get too drastic, but go ahead.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Because if we're going off of solo success, then Jeff has to get eliminated.
I'm not. No, I'm going on overall success. Success. It says remove one legend. It doesn't mean whether they were a solo legend, a tag legend, mid card legend.
Because I would take, I'll put it like this: I would take Jeff's tag career over Edge's. I could live without Edge and Christian as a tag team. I like the Brood. You know what I'm saying? The flash photography and all that. The teaming up with Kurt. I like that.
What made the Hardys and advanced their legendhood in the tag team was their rivalry with Edge and Christian and the Dudleys.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, real talk, Batista could go for me.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's the one who got to go.
I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about it. Batista could get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, but Batista got to go.
Because you know what I'm saying? Apparently, Batista wasn't even supposed to be originally in Evolution anyway, so I'm cool.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you, like the way that they
rated RKO. I can't get rid of rated RKO, man.
Nah, the way that they did this picture, right?
Yeah.
They got Jeff with the title. They got Edge with the title. They got Batista with no title. They got Randy with no title. It's like automatic elimination, right? The simple fact, like Jeff Hardy was an underdog before an underdog when he won his first WWE championship.
Yeah.
Batista was just always known as a powerhouse. Like, and then the first title that he won was the world title. Randy, them having Randy with no title, that just shows like Randy doesn't need a title to be a legend. Like Randy is a legend in his own. When you watch Randy's career from beginning to now, it's like this man has done pretty much everything, right?
Yeah. And also, I look at it like this. I have had strong feelings wrestling wise about all of these gentlemen except Batista.
And
I hated Edge when he was feuding with Cena. I hated Edge. I've always been a Jeff Hardy fan, and like I said, Randy is if Sting is my favorite wrestler, Randy might be number 2. I've never felt that way, high or low, about Batista. I'm sorry,
right?
I just haven't. So for me, Batista could go.
Just up until what this year, look who's still wrestling and look who's not.
All 3.
Exactly. That just says it.
Well, Batista's an action star now.
Look who's still wrestling and look who's not.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I rest my
1,
case.
2, and 3. 1, 2,
I rest my case.
Now and then last thing, and I'm really not trying to shit on Batista because I actually do fuck with Batista, but does any of Batista's biggest moments, do you think that you could, if those moments never happened, do you think you would miss them? Like him turning on Triple H, his feud with Rey Mysterio. Like I'm trying to think of Batista's biggest moments, and could Evolution in their heyday, and then when they came back, Bautista, like Batista. Any of his biggest moments, Like
Batista feud with
if
Gold.
those if they were missing, would you be like, oh damn, that's crazy? I have to get rid of this. If I don't know if I'm wording it right, but you know what I mean, right?
What, like, do any of those moments save him, or
No, like,
would
can you?
you?
I'm
Would you?
trying to say it in a nice way, but it's kind of
Oh,
like,
would you?
can you tell the story of wrestling without Batista? Were
Yes.
any of his biggest moments that impactful that you can't tell? You can't tell the story of WWE without Jeff Hardy, Edge, or Randy.
But could
In
you
my
tell a
opinion,
could you tell a WWE story and leave Batista
without
out?
Batista and leave
Yes.
Batista out with any of
Yes.
his stuff that monumental to where you can't leave it out.
No.
I think that's how you. I think that's how, when questions like these, you have to answer it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when
That's
you
why I say
think
I'm
of
not trying to shit on Batista
when you
because,
look at Jeff
but
Hardy, when you look at Jeff Hardy, you look at TLC, right?
mm-hmm.
When you look at Edge, it's like one of the most first ever Money in the Bank cash in.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at Randy Orton, legend killer. When you look at Batista, bomb.
The animal.
Bomb.
I'm about to say, you hit the flex on the flex body. You gonna say bomb that many times?
Batista, bomb. So I mean, yeah, that's how I feel.
All right, that was a nice little fun segment to end off the show. You have anything else before we sign off?
No, that is it. Oh, for all of our viewers that are local, July 25th at Truist Field in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you're bringing this up.
2025 or never Sting. Hey man, Sting will be there.
Carlito.
The King of Bros, Matt Riddle versus Carlito Colon. So it'll be the King of Bros versus the King of Cool. Then we'll have the Mortons versus the Andersons, Shotzi versus Savannah Evans, and still more to come. Tickets are pretty reasonable. I think it is $150 for a meet and greet with Sting currently right now. So, man, if you're local, come out. Your boys, OTR, should be in the building. Prayerfully that everything, goes right. So yeah, man, that's the biggest thing that's happening local in our city.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I definitely forgot. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 155. Check out our socials here at the bottom. I will be doing I do plan on doing a watch party for Night of Champions since it is at 1 p.m. on Saturday. I've said this before, and I don't believe nothing pretty much is going to change, but I won't be able to do anything the weekend of July 12th for watch parties. I may be able to do Evolution because I should be back in town by the time Evolution starts because I should be back in town in the morning. But unfortunately, all my AEW watch party fans, I'm not going to be able to do All In. I'll be watching, and I may be live tweeting. So make sure you check out our X, our Twitter, because I'll be live tweeting some stuff. I'm sure we all will, or at least something. Put it on maybe on our Instagram. But yeah, man. Hopefully we can get all three of us back next week. If not, this has been the duo. Your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey.
And this is your boy JD, aka OTR Mic Drop, Mr. Mic Drop, aka Wednesday Night Mic Drop, aka OTR the Oracle, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.